Still doing that. And welcome to the channel. Hope you're having a great day. Next to me, Mac Barisch
Hi.
from Karlsruhe.
Yeah.
Thank you for your hospitality and being here. It's an amazing place you got. Dolby Atmos set up. We're going to talk about it later. How you doing?
I'm fine.
Yeah?
Nice to have you here.
Thank you so much. Tell us a little bit how you got started to mixing music.
Well, I started as a musician. I started music on guitar, jazz, but I never played jazz. I'm still on rock and roll, as I was as a child.
Yeah.
And I wasn't so satisfied with recording in studios we had. And I thought by myself, if you learn this, this would be cool. And I started with a small tape machine.
We all did.
We all did.
We all did. Even a cassette tape.
Yeah, and then I go further, buy gear. Had the chance to work in the studio for free. I didn't get money, but I loved it and I learned a lot.
I had the same experience. I was working for free as an engineer in the studio, and to me that was the greatest experience ever, best learning school ever.
Yeah, you can't. I think you can learn in school. You can learn in school, but you need
The
a
basics.
place, the basics. But you need a place where it's a really experienced engineer, and he tells you not what to do because he do the mixes, but you have the chance to take a look over his shoulder.
But you have to be greedy to want to learn as well.
I had a book too. I learned from a really old book.
Which one?
It's called Das Handbuch des deutschen Tontechnikers. It's from the 60s. It's big like that. And I started to read the book once. I didn't understand nothing. Started to read the book twice. It's getting better.
Okay.
And I think 6, 7 times I read this book. It's 300 pages. This helps a lot.
Okay.
I think for the really basics, what is physics in waves, what is physics in acoustical treatments, why are you put the microphone there, what do you want to hear? You can do a recording with a microphone if you play rock music on a very close, or you can put it in the middle of the room and you get a totally strange sound. And
Use it in the background.
yeah, you can put it behind the amp and it sounds crazy.
Yeah.
So music is not just record as the engineer told you in school.
But from reading to actually doing it, there's a lot of experimenting.
A lot of my mixes sound like shit in the beginning.
That doesn't matter. In Dutch we say, you didn't learn walk on one day. You
Yes.
need to learn how to crawl first before you can walk.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then your own studio, your own clients. How did that happen?
The first studio was more making music with my band and learn how to sound good or how to get better.
Recording and recording.
Recording and
Into
try
the red.
another song and push the red button, be nervous. Not only the player get nervous, me get nervous too. Did I do everything right? Yeah, I worked hard every day. And I had listening sessions for me. I worked 8, 10 hours in a small facility where we practice. And after mixing and doing the thing for the band, I had 1 hour to listen to Peter Gabriel. This was my favorite. I really love the album Us. I don't know if you know it.
No.
Whatever. It's really cool. I really love
So kind
Peter
of
Gabriel.
Peter Gabriel. Still a reference for you?
Still a reference for me. It's really analog. It's much more silent than new music. I don't know when it starts to get when they start to do the Loudness War. I think in the 90s they start.
No, 80s already.
80s already.
As soon as CD came, Loudness War really already started.
Yeah, then to me music starts to get a bit worse. If the master channel does and it's so loud, I think if you lose over loudness, the real sound of an instrument, I don't really like it.
Do you think about numbers when it comes to loudness, or just mixing?
I'm just mixing. I have an analyzer in check, the LUFS. And we have to go in the modern time to make music loud, but I try not to be too loud. I try to have the feeling of loud, but not kill the music.
Can you describe how you're not killing the music?
Yeah, leave headroom.
Leave headroom.
Leave a bit headroom.
On the master or in the mix itself?
On the master, I think I do more on each channel on compression. And in the master bus, I'm a bit vorsichtiger.
Careful.
I try to be a bit careful, not with the limiter, not to kill the sound. If you limit hard and the bass drum sounds different, I think you're wrong in limiting.
Yeah.
You want to leave the sound which you are mixing.
But the bass drum is always one of the spikes in as a transient in the waveform.
Yes,
so if you
snare
squash
too.
it, it's snare too indeed. So if you squash them, then they're going to be not even a sine wave, but a block wave.
Yeah, it will not be boo.
No.
What is the bass drum doing? In modern music, sounds start to be different. If you hear a real drum set in a room, you have to have a good drummer who can play in the room. Which level can the room accept? And then you hear a real drum set. And I think the challenge is to record a real drum set.
Yeah, but with good microphone techniques.
I do, for overheads, I do often ORF, a bit smaller than ORF. ORTF, sorry. A bit smaller, not so big, because my room is 25 square meters, 3 meters is the roof. And if you go too big, then it will not work. For me, then the drum set falls apart.
Probably because the ceiling is not high enough.
Yeah, maybe 6 meters here. Nice.
We could try buy a new building.
Yeah.
Any other specific techniques you use when for leaving headroom?
Specific, well, I do a hybrid mixing. I have on each instrument bus. I have some nice hardware.
We see that.
Yeah.
For a gear junkie like me, yeah.
And I try not to steal more than 3 to 4 dB with the compressor, not more. And to my ears, it's important how fast is the compressor, how fast does it release. And then you get a feeling for, is it still a real drum set, or are you doing more sound design? If you do sound design, it's totally different for me. If a snare drum has to go, then you have to destroy it.
Okay. Only compression outside the box, or something else as well?
Both. So the auxiliary bus from the instrument groups has the analog way, and inside the box I try to do everything small, not so hard.
Like parallel processing.
Yeah.
That's really hybrid.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's really hybrid. If there's one piece of gear in your rack that is used every time and you really love using it every time or whatever, what will it be?
The Amic Neve 9089i is my to-go preamp for everything.
For everything.
If I do drums, I have to use everything I have here.
Yeah.
I don't have too much gear. I think I have 16 beautiful channels.
I think so too.
And yeah, for the snare, it depends on the instruments. For the snare, I have the Neve 517. To me, it sounds on the snare still get and exploding.
Yeah. But does it also depend on the performer on the drums?
If the drummer is really good, if he can play his headroom in It sounds crazy, I know, 3 dB maybe.
I know.
So really, really push the snare through the song. Then I do the compression during the recording at first, like in an old mixing desk.
Yeah.
If he's not playing that way good in Headroom, I don't do it, because then you destroy the signal, I think.
Yeah. And how about processing it afterwards? All in the box?
No. It depends on the client. Some clients like analog sound,
But
and some like the more modern, harshy sounds. If you put some real compressors in your mix, it sounds totally different for me. It's get creamy, round, and
the funny thing is, when I deliver a mix to my mastering guy the first time, it's always in the box. He said, "Yo, Davey, it's way too loud." And the only thing I'm doing afterwards is run it through my preamps, and yo, you got transients.
yeah,
It's a total different sound. And let's be real, a plugin does not sound the same as analog,
no, this will not work.
and it doesn't need to sound the same as analog.
No, it doesn't need. It's a plugin.
Yeah, it's a plugin.
It's a good help for us.
Sure.
And we can produce music for a lower budget than like a big console.
Yeah. That's probably the biggest reason why I bought the UC1 controller by SSL, because I got the channel strip too.
Yeah,
It's a 9000 console emulation. I love it.
it's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Talking about plugins, your favorite plugin of all time, using it in every production.
In every production, yeah, I love the plugin align stuff.
All of it?
Not all of it, but I like the SSL channel,
Yeah.
the 4000E. The new one, they have an old one, they have a new one. And they have a cool technique, the TMT technology.
Yeah.
So they try to emulate a real desk. You have 20% on the parts, which is in a console, the condenser, everything.
Yeah.
And if you use the plugin like this, then you have different channels who sound different, and you can see for example the master waves, where the master bus are in, and you see the waves. They are not the same. If you do the same, I don't want to talk bad about wafers, but if you go with the SSL channel from wafers, both channels are almost the same, and then the music is not that deep.
If we come to mixing, what's the biggest fundament to you in a mix?
Biggest fundament, how I start a mix.
Yeah.
Or,
Where you,
it depends a bit on the music style. If I would do a more acoustical style, I would start with the singer, really.
Okay, interesting.
And put the band around the singer, because the band will not be loud, not like a rock band. And then you put the band around the singer. And if I do rock music, I start with the drum.
To me, it's all the biggest fundament is like drum and bass.
Drum
and then what comes next?
I think it depends on the music. I have even if I see my my desk in Pro Tools, like you said, bass drum, snare, high,
top,
snare top, snare bottom, then toms, then hi-hat, then overhead, then the room microphones,
most logical.
then the bass, then the guitars, then keys, and then singer, then choir. And this is the way I mix it. I start to be fast in just leveling, and then listen, are there frequencies who are bad for another instrument?
When you start sculpting sound, and sculpting, I mean using compression EQ, are you do it up front or after leveling?
After leveling. And then go back again to the leveling.
Yeah.
So I do it in more stages, not, I think there are a lot of different ways. but I start leveling, and then let's see how the drum set sounds. Do it has to be more clean, more gates, or not? A real drum set is very different to plugins. Very different. If the drummer plays the hi-hat, you hear it on the snare.
Yeah.
So how can you gate the sound and don't destroy the drum set?
That's really difficult. It's always difficult.
Multi-microphone recordings are a difficult thing in mixing.
Hey, you can always try have a drummer only play the same. Take some more time.
Yeah. I heard about some guys who make metal stuff. Metal stuff
It's incredible hard to mix.
Incredible hard to mix. It's a lot of triggering drums.
Yeah.
And a lot of those guys work with really plug-in with the Superior Drummer 3.
Yeah.
But they don't use the cymbals. They play the cymbals after in real. With real cymbals with overheads in room.
Never knew that. That's a great way of doing that because you get a crisp and clean sound.
And real cymbals.
Real cymbals, no bleeding. Most important. Most important part. I like Superior Drummer as well. It's a great kit for.
Yeah, for me too. If I mix some metal stuff, and we used to have the Superior Drummer 3, but we try to have some bleed.
Yeah, I know.
Not to be too clinical.
That was the biggest drawback on my first metal mix was like, it sounds good, it's in balance, but it's way too clean.
Way too clean, yeah.
Way too clean. You really gated the life out of it.
Yeah, sometimes if I do that, I put a second auxiliary bass and grunge the drums a bit and put a lot of room in this channel. Grunge and put a lot of room in it, and then mix it to the Superior Drummer and listen when does it sound too.
Satisfaction is right.
Where's the satisfaction? If it's too loud, it's wrong. If it helps to make aggression, it's cool.
There's a certain sweet spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. So, and then you're listening on speakers, and I'm thinking about myself. Wow, never seen these guys.
The old man.
The old man with old speakers. But I listened to my own work and to your work, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
What can you tell about your all those main monitors?
I really love old Tannoy stuff. I like the diaphragma in the middle because when I mix and listen to the music and I turn to do anything on the hardware, I don't get phases in hearing. I had a three-way cabinets here, and when you move it goes.
Yeah,
I don't like that, and I like the old guys because they sound, to me, they sound real.
Even though they're older, I was amazed by how refined they still sound.
Yeah, they have. they're precise.
Yeah, really precise.
Really precise. Well, okay, I have a very nice amplifier. Glockenklang Bugatti. I don't mix so loud. I have 82 dBs, 87 dBs, not more.
Really, that loud?
87 is loud, huh? 82 is cool.
88, I mix on air 75, 80.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't like it too loud?
No, because of air fatigue. We are both a little bit older. Yeah, but that's no excuse. But the thing is, when becoming older, ear fatigue and brain fatigue is coming much more quick. And that's the reason why I mix at lower volumes. And besides that's better for my neighbors.
I mix 45 minutes, 10 minutes break. 45 minutes, 10 minutes break.
Depends on how many I got drowned into it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm EQing a kick drum on the solo, and I'm like 10 minutes only on the kick drum.
Yeah, I had a lot of cabinets here. I had the Genetics here, I think 10, what's the name? I don't know. Black ones.
1080?
1080. And I tried Tannoy's Devon. I had a pair of Mansfield. Mansfield wasn't right. The cabinet is not cool.
No, I can imagine.
And
it's not for everyone.
Yeah, it's not for everyone. And the Devons are very nice. I've seen them in a video from Andrew Schutz.
Yeah.
If he can mix on it, you should mix on it too. The box is, the cabinet is a bit stressed if you have mistakes. Mistakes are hurting you on this cabinet.
Yeah.
It scares you.
And then you got mixing into Atmos.
Yeah.
You got a setup like 7.2.1, whatever.
7.1.2, yeah. 2 on the roof, 7 around me and the sub.
How's that working for you?
Great.
It's getting clients?
More for audiobooks.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why musicians don't jump on this train, because the platforms where you can listen to Atmos, they are not filled like all the other platforms.
Apple is paying artists for doing their mixes in Atmos.
Yeah.
Really paying big money.
It's cool. Cool for if I had this clients. Yeah, I met a guy at my software and hardware dealer in Munich. SMM, it's a cool place to buy Pro Tools stuff.
No, it's fine.
Okay, these are cool guys, and they do show how is Atmos working. And I met a guy from Switzerland, Karim Bakani, a very, very good technician.
Heard of him.
And we met after the meeting in Munich, here in my studio. I visited him in his studio in Basel, Oslo studios. And I heard the first time Atmos, and I got crazy. The craziest thing was the Sony trailer. You get your heart will run. You sit in this.
I've seen it.
It's brutal. This is a big studio. They have a 15 meters long room, like a cinema place. And it was crazy for me. And I thought, I want to have that at home. And he came to visit me, and we started to make the first 5.1 setup, then 7.1, and we started to do more and more. And at the end, I had the chance to mix with him in Switzerland, in Oslo studios and MTV.
How was that?
Unplugged session for the first Switzer band to get the slot in MTV Unplugged Patent Oxnard. It's great. And it was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
What was the most exciting thing about that experience?
MTV really recorded this thing great.
Yeah,
really great.
But they do great stuff in general when it comes to Unplugged.
Unbelievable. They had those microphones for the audience ambience and the eye microphones. Wow. And it was an unbelievable room where the band was played big. And if you have 7.1.4 and the audience is in the back, and you put the audience in the back and above where they stand, and you put the right rooms, so the right reverbs and delays in, then you have the feeling you sit in the room, you watch the video during mixing. It was crazy.
You're really in between.
You're really in between, and for me the thing is the highest tension for me in Atmos is you don't have a sum compression thing.
No.
There is a compressor in the DAW from Dolby Atmos, but don't touch it. If you do 1 dB where it starts to work, it's okay. If you do more, you kill the mix. So you have much more headroom, unbelievable headroom. And the band has to play really good, because if you put the singer here, strings there, guitars there, you hear everything. It's not, if you mix 2.1, a lot of mistakes are gone.
No room for failures.
Fuck with the compressor, hit the compressor hard, music goes whoa. But if the band plays with dynamic and they play good, and you are in between the band, for me this is crazy.
What kind of reverbs are you using when using for Atmos, or when mixing for Atmos?
A lot, six different reverbs.
What kinds of?
I use the proto stuff. The I don't know the name. Reverb, I think.
Yeah,
Reverb.
Reverb is the oldest
Reverb
one.
with different spaces in the room. In the front, I have a small room. In the back, I have the bigger rooms, and the delays are as an effect or as a feeling of the room. You can, you know Lenny Kravitz? There's one song, I don't know, all of my life, where have you been? I wonder if I ever see you again. There's a drum set and go boom, boom, bah, boom, and you hear the wall with a delay.
Oh, that, yeah.
And in Atmos, this is crazy when you mix things in Atmos like that. There's a wall behind you.
You actually can hear it.
You actually hear the wall behind you. You can do stuff in music which for me is unbelievable.
The thing
you
is,
see, I burn.
Yeah. I can imagine what you think, because the number of options to finalize and make it perfect,
To create a mix.
To create the mix is overwhelming.
Overwhelming, yeah.
So you're going to be stressed by choice.
In the beginning, this was the problem, stressed by choice.
But?
What do we do?
But?
Yeah, train. Training. Stop to be overwhelmed, stop to be overthinking. Just sit in your Atmos facility, listen to the music, and then think, in which room am I? What do I want to hear? How is the...
Stick to the basic principles.
Yeah, stick to the basics and think about what kind of band this is. A real rock band could have a hard delay in the back. A silent band, better not. Listen to the music.
Silent band will be probably only reverb.
Only reverb, a bit delay, and the funny thing is that you have in 2.1 you have a phantom middle.
Yeah, phantom center.
You have a phantom center. In Dolby Atmos you have a center. So that and you can put the singer in the center in the back of the room, or you can put him in the middle of the room. We didn't listen today to Dolby Atmos. I made a cool mix for a band which I played in. This is crazy how music can sound and feel.
And the funny thing is, it's all in metadata.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The movements, the objects.
Objects, it's all in metadata, not actual streams anymore, it's all in metadata.
Yeah. Every channel is working. If you want to move things, you can move things. I don't like so much the 3D audio things a few people does when the band turns around. I don't like this too much. This is like effects.
Yeah, okay, it can be funny for
a
video clip.
For a video clip or for cinema or for look what Atmos can do. Yeah. But to me, the real thing, to be in a real room, have the feeling to stand in the middle of a band. This is my sex in mixing Dolby Atmos.
It's kind of porn for adults.
Kind of porn for nerds.
Porn for nerds. Yeah. That's really a little bit the reason why I started this channel. Porn for nerds. I'm a gear addict.
I can see. I've seen your pictures from your studio.
My studio's lit. And don't tell my wife.
No. I swear I will never buy a Preamp anymore.
Liar.
Yeah.
I don't buy preamps. No. Swear to God.
No, not even compressors.
No. You're using your outboard gear for individual Atmos channels as well, or is it just the 2.1 mix and after that positioning?
Yeah, I start to work on the 2.1 mix, and if I have the feeling everything is quite clean and cool
In balance.
and balanced, then I push the button in Pro Tools and say,
Let's get
get me those session datas, and then I have the plugins, and I don't work on with output gear in.
No.
You have to have too much compressors.
Yeah, I can imagine.
10 of them for the channels. That's too expensive. I think it's not necessary. If you, I record then the analog gear in the 2.1 mix on the tracks, if I want to have it like that. A lot of Atmos mix engineers do just the drums as a stereo mix, as a stem. I don't.
Why not?
Because there's a speaker in the middle. There's the bass drum. Why put the...
Yeah, sure.
For me, I
You're
don't...
always penning low, middle, high tones from left to right, so why not use it?
But there's a middle.
Yeah, but why not use it?
The center, sorry,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
the middle.
the middle
There's a center.
center is
Why not
fine.
use the center speaker for a bass drum? To me, it's a very different atmosphere. As a, more like hearing a band.
You're mixing more into the experience of the listener than the hearing of the listener. Is that how I summarize it?
I think so, yeah. So the new experience for a listener is there's not a phantom center, there's a real center.
Yeah.
It starts to get different.
Phantom center is only generated by stereo.
How the boxes then, and if the client have 2.1 at home and the boxes are not right in the position, he don't have a center.
Or perhaps even in phase.
In fact, evening phase, or they do a MP3 of the fucking mix we did
Yeah,
hours and hours and hours.
MP3 is not bad.
Yeah, I know.
No,
It just was a joke.
no, it's not bad. Upon the highest sample rate, it's not
Yeah.
bad. But that's also a kind of evolution. I mean, Atmos is the evolution that just got started, but MP3 was the evolution that we already experienced, and it's kind of...
Yeah, we have a chance to hear a lot of music on a small, medium.
Yeah. A lot of data compression.
Yeah.
And even though there is loss in every MP3, we are hearing in general.
Everything fine. Yeah.
No, we are used to that kind of degrade.
Yeah. Yeah, we listen all the time to that. If
Yeah.
you have Spotify, whatever. Or do they play waves? I don't know.
I don't know.
Me neither.
I always deliver waves to Spotify.
Okay.
Also for SoundCloud and all this. But at the end of the day, there's going to be a LUFS penalty on top of it.
Yeah, in every streaming platform.
Yeah,
they
every
have.
streaming platform has.
It's good to mix for the different platforms.
Yeah. My mastering guy, Mark, he always delivers this.
For the different streaming
for
services.
three
Yeah.
streaming
Yeah,
platforms.
this is good.
Yeah. If there's one advice you want to give to people that would get to start in Atmos mixing, what would it be?
Love what you do and work hard. Yeah. As I said, do the 2.1 mix and then start to put it on the different speakers and think about what are you see when you look at the band. How are they stand in the room?
Like more visualization.
This is a chance, like Atmos is used in cinema.
Yeah.
It should be the same in music.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Why not? You got plans for the future with Atmos or whatever?
Well, I hope, yeah, I do. I try to show clients this stuff, and I hope that musicians start to use this new platform and get heard from their fans and clients in a platform where there's space for them. If everyone is on YouTube and there are millions and millions, you would not be heard if you don't spend a lot of money. Yeah?
But
I think
that's a bit of the problem of music these days is there's so much stuff going on that's good or rubbish or whatever in between. How to choose?
How to choose, how to find.
Yeah.
Playlists are a chance, huh?
Yeah, playlists are really important these days.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. If you don't get into the right playlist, you will never make the amount of streams.
Yeah, it will never be heard.
No. That's pop charts are less have become less important than playlists.
Yeah, for sure. Pop charts, the music started to be different. I'm a child of the 80s and 90s, and pop charts were for me Bon Jovi and rock music.
Yeah.
And I miss a bit in the radio stations, in the famous radio stations, that they play music like this. And they don't look for bands who do music like this. Not be a clone, but find new ways to do rock music. Why not?
Can be done.
Can be done. We hope.
Yeah. Is there anything left to say for this episode you want to say to my viewers, or?
Have a good time. Follow his channel. I think he's a cool guy. And we had a lot of fun here. We not just talked about here in the studio. We had 1 hour, 2 hours.
1 hour conversation before.
1 hour conversation before. If you have a studio, call him.
Thank you so much. Call me, send me an email. And want to be mixed down in Atmos? Come to this guy.
Come to me.
I'll link his website in the description of this video.
Thank
In
you.
the meantime, I want to thank you for your hospitality. I want to thank you for watching, and see you guys up in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It was a great talk.
Was it good?
Yeah, but really.
Thank you.
You're welcome.